What if you scribbled an idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10X Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more.
Welcome to 10X Tech Tank. Jared Yellin and
my name is Eric Nowoslawski.
And we are 10X Incubator, where we will build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. Listen, do you think we're crazier or do you think we're onto something? Do you think you're crazy or do you think we're onto something? Because that's what we hear all the time. Listen, we know we're crazy, but we really know we're onto something. And we have built an ecosystem of tech founders from around the world that came to us with an idea on paper, some of them a minimum viable tech product, and a few of them a cash flowing tech company looking for acceleration, and they went through this process. They went through a process for us to see, are they the right person with the right idea, in the right market, and the right business model? And if they came out on the other side, we said, let's do this. Let's co-found. Let's build, scale, and sell your company together. You are here tonight to see 4 change-maker entrepreneurs share their ideas. And what I ask you to do in the chat is when you love an idea, please be vocal. And if you stand against an idea, please be vocal. We're going to vote after each presentation to determine whether or not we want to move forward with due diligence, but we're also heavily influenced by you. So don't just watch, chime in, let us know what you think, and gain the courage to come on the show. Gain the courage to pitch your big tech idea, because our thesis is everyone's meant to be a tech entrepreneur. So let's get started tonight. We have Tarek here. Tarek, where are you calling in from?
Chicago.
Awesome. Welcome. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. You got 5 minutes. Share that big tech idea.
All right, Paul is going to kick off the presentation.
Paul, you're here as well. Sorry, Paul, how are you? Paul, where are you tuning in from?
From St. Louis, but my mind is in the Netherlands. Let's get going.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Here in space. Okay? We have a company and an app called All Better. I'm Paul McFarland. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and Strategic Director. But what is All Better and what space is it in? Well, look, consumers hiring small business with apps. We all know about it. You guys have a house. You probably have used one. Look at the kind of people. It could be contract workers of any kind, dog groomers, it could be movers, it could be cleaners. It's wide open. But we've taken the whole space and we have made it all better. Here are the 3 major problems right now. Customers have no control over day, the time, and the price of the work. No app lets you do that. 2, small businesses have to use too many apps to run a business, 4 or 5 to run the complete business. And a small business person today, that's overwhelming. And 3, for both sides, there's a lack of clarity, privacy, and ease, which we'll talk about. So at this point, we have to apologize. Sorry, Home Advisor, TaskRabbit, Thumbtack. Our solution for customers, check this out, in under 2 minutes, you can create a job, set the date, the time, and the budget, and post the job. It's that fast. It's that easy. Contractors, what you're seeing is you bid on local, hyper-local community jobs. You have the ability to send text messages, photos, and even videos to get better clarity about what you're going to be doing before anyone is hired. Then after the job is awarded, the app handles the payments, and you get an e-signature approval, and you get photos for a complete, acceptable completion, which is perfect for our digital age. Now, goes farther. The contractors get complete, I mean complete, small business tools. We're improving it every week. Everything from personal branding to marketing to doing the payments, employee management, cost analysis, customer database, and more. But in one app, not 4 or 5. So we have a complete enterprise solution. And I'm going to let my buddy, my partner, Tariq, show you exactly how it works. Go, buddy.
I'm going to need access to share my screen.
Yeah,
Cam.
you should be able to now.
All right. You guys see my screen?
Just about. Yep.
All right. So as Paul and I mentioned, we have two apps, but the one that I'm more interested and excited in sharing with you is the contractor app. So anytime a contractor sign up and based on their specific services that they opt in and the category that they choose to do, we filter jobs specifically to their area. And as you may have noticed, you heard Paul talk about the privacy. The address is not fully visible to the contractors, just in approximations, and the phone numbers are hidden. And if a contractor sees something they like, they can just simply tap on a button. This gives them a full summary of what the job order is, the date, the budget, how much the client willing to pay, the details, and of course, there's photos of the work and videos. So this all information gives them all the details they need to make a constructive decision and decide if this is something they want to do, and if it is, what is a fair price. And then the bids get sent to the clients, where the clients can actually see through all the bids and pick their favorite. Now, all of these jobs that we send their way, there is a cost to it. We take a 20% commission after we process all the payments. So we do end-to-end solutions out here. However, if the contractor wanted to reduce the commission and get access to even more credit of bids per month, as well as the enterprise solutions that I'm about to show you in a minute, we have these monthly 3 packages subscription models, $59, $119, $249. And the difference is how many credits of bids per month they get, the size of the team, and the access to the operation software. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. One app, not 15. So the app, this interface act as lead generations. It send them jobs in their area. But as soon as I hit my dashboard, I'm accessing my full entire independent business management tools, where I can upload all of my client lists. So think of it as a CRM tool. I can write quotes directly for clients and get their signature, and I'll show you in a second. Get invoices and collect payments, all built in within the app, jobs, and the list goes on. Let me show you how a simple quotes works. We don't take any cut or commission from it. This is part of the monthly subscription-based model. But assuming I want to go ahead and I create a quote for this particular user,
we'll do one more.
All I have to
one more minute, Tara. Keep going. One more minute.
Yeah. So think of it, this is a quote that is get written. And if I have a customer on site, I can actually get their signature on the spot. Actually, in fact, let's just say JD. And then once that is done, there's an invoice that is designed or created on the spot with their business branding that gets sent to the clients to collect payments. There's also the options of getting payments where you can actually get direct credit card from the actual clients and put all that information. There's a lot of features that we can talk more about it, but happy to answer all those during the Q&A. I'll pass it along to Paul.
Okay, and I go back to my screen share, go back to this right here. Okay, so you just took you through the enterprise solution. But here, do we have traction? We have been 100% bootstrapped for a year and a half. But look, from 20 to 2021, up 408% user growth, 225% gross volume. Currently, number of contractors using this app, over 15,000. Chrome. Sorry, guys.
You good?
Blame Google.
Cool. Let's go into
There
some
we
questions. Yeah, let's go to some questions. So, Eric, what kind of questions you got?
I think this is really interesting. I love that traction that you created. How did you create that traction? What was your go-to-market strategy to bring on all of those people?
Well, I mean, there is a need. So here's the thing. The traction is just testament that the solutions that we offer has actually struck the nerve with the actual contractors. We looked at the ecosystem and how it's done. It's only small blip. There's this lead generation, the big behemoths that selling leads at a 40, 50, 100, 200 a pop with no guarantee of getting a job. And then you have the customers on the other side that's still playing phone tag, having to pick up a phone and call these contractors, trying to coordinate schedules. We took that whole painful process and then we automated. Now, the idea behind it, this is more of an e-culture that as an immigrant grew up you're leveraging overseas, back in Morocco. We don't do this pick up a phone and call. You just basically say, hey, here's what I have, here's my budget, who's interested to work in within my criteria. and then we just build a platform around it.
That's awesome. So of the 15,000 contractors, how many are on one of the monthly plans?
Currently, we just launched that out, so there's about 100 and some change so far.
Cool.
But it wouldn't be hard to sell once we build up that network effect in the marketplace. So think about it this way. Currently, you got to go and you either subscribe to one of these packages and you pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. There's a company called ServiceTitan that charges $370 per user. So if you have 10 members in your organizations, you do the math. But don't come with any leads or any jobs. But with our platforms, even you see the cost, $59 to all the way to $249. On average, job is $226. So if I send you a lead, part of that package, the subscription pays for itself, and everything else becomes just more of a passive income and cash flow coming in.
So what is the average revenue that the platform is generating per user on those 15,000 users?
So there's a financials models in the presentation, I believe, here.
Yeah, but let me just go through it because I'm almost done.
Yeah, so it's almost last year we did about $347,000 plus. This year we're on track to probably double that out. That's just from the actual marketplace alone. And that's purely bootstrap, no crazy marketing budget or anything like that. It's purely word of mouth.
Good for you. So what is your needs? Like when you think about like where you are, congratulations too. I mean,
This is great.
Sure. Like your foresight, the user interface, like the growth is exceptional. The fact that you bootstrapped is huge. The fact that you're able to not spend money on advertising to get users is special. Like one of my first tech company, we have over 40,000 paying users now, and I never spent $1 running Facebook ads to get there, mainly because I don't like Mark Zuckerberg, but also because I just wanted to leverage relationship capital to really create acceleration, and I'm assuming that's probably what you did too. But what are your needs? Are you looking for investment? Are you looking for a larger team so you can innovate faster? Are you looking for heavy promotion, a combination of all of that? Speak into that and why.
I'll let Paul jump in.
Okay, well, you can see on my screen still. Our ask is 1.78 million. And why 1.78 million? Because we did the math, and that's what it added up to. We've got ongoing product maintenance and technology. I mean, Tariq and his team are beasts. I mean, when we get an idea for something, it happens immediately. Continual improvement. But as you know, to take this to anyone in the world who has a smartphone and a business, we got to tell the world about this. So getting the word out there is going to be important. That's the most expensive thing, telling the world to get that big explosion and small general expenses. Now, you asked about our team. Well, there's Tariq, the CEO. There's me, the CMO, my experiences with the Fortune 500. But our top team, we've got deep experience in application development, SaaS, even financial planning and analysis. And our advisory boards got startup facilitators, development people, journey venture guide from venture capital, and legal. So we've got all the posts and all the legs of this chair, not a stool, well handled. We're being covered on media. And that's just in the last 2.5 months, all the media that's talking to us about the small business story and how All Better literally is making this world all better.
What are you valuing the company at right now?
Here's what you got to remember.
No other app
offers the ease, the power, the features, and the control of All Better. And only All Better has the goal of calming this anxious world. And yes, we're going global.
I love it. What are you valuing the company at now?
Well, companies in our stage, when we looked at the data from PitchBook, which I'm sure you're familiar with, on napkin ideas, our RAW valuations range anywhere from $12.1 to $16.8 million. We see ourselves somewhere in between, like around the 15 pre-money valuation.
It all depends on the size of the vision, because literally the way this is growing, we have people all over the world using this app, but we don't have service.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You guys are impressive. So in the chat, let us know, what do you think about All Better? Would you use All Better if you are a contractor or a service professional? Would you use it if you had a need? Please share in the chat. Sarah, what are your thoughts on moving forward with due diligence?
I would absolutely want to head forward with due diligence. They've identified a problem in the market. They clearly identified the solution for that problem in the market, and they're already onboarding a ton of users without using paid ads. That's extremely interesting.
Yeah,
and so I want to speak with them more. That's amazing. And your team looks amazing too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm a yes as well. Our team will be in touch with you. But in the chat, let us know, what do you think about All Better? Would you use this platform as a consumer? Would you use this platform as a business owner? Wonderful job. Tarek and Paul, we appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Wow.
That one was cool.
We're starting out hot.
Yeah.
What does everybody think about that? All Better coming to play. So we have a really cool tech product We talk about this on every few episodes, mainly because our founder is so special, Mike Searock. Mike Searock actually is the person that introduced me to Grant Cardone. And as a result of that introduction, look what transpired. 10X Incubator is here. Build, scale, sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. Now his product, his platform will forever disrupt both the personal and professional development industry. Check this out.
Blueprinted is the place where you can go in and put those steps in there and then be able to impact the world and monetize on that by having a marketplace in the community that we're developing for you in Blueprinted.
So we've created the app for any expert to be able to come in and put their steps, their exact steps to success in our app and put it on a marketplace where people can go and buy the steps to any success.
So what do you think? Do you want to be one of our first 100 architects? I mean, think about this concept. I want to create a visual for you. Imagine being one of the first 100 audiobooks on Audible. Imagine what that would be like. Imagine being one of the first 100 people on Clubhouse. That's what this means. You're going to be one of the first 100 architects on this platform. And what that means for you is that we can help you reverse engineer your success so that it's built directly inside of a blueprint so other people can follow the exact steps that you've taken to get to where you are, and it's an entirely new revenue stream for you. Go check it out, blueprinted.com/VIP. There's only a handful of spots left for the first 100 architects, and I want one of those to be you. So, who's coming in hot right now? Oh, we got our man.
Arad.
We got Arad here from New Zealand. Arad is one of our current co-founders, and Arad's got a lot of cool ideas. So Arad, take it away, my friend. You got 5 minutes. Good to see you.
Oh, you're muted.
You're on mute, Arad.
Hey Jared, hey Eric, how are you guys?
Hey,
Excellent,
Arad.
excellent. All the way from New Zealand. Take it away.
I like
brother.
that tax you put in your corner there.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So let me share my screen.
Awesome.
Can you guys see my screen?
Thought you guys were wearing the same
Just
outfit.
yeah, pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. Here we go.
Perfect. Yep. Central.
All right.
Take it away, man.
Cool. So let me stop my timer as well. Cool. So right. Sorry. Yep. So let me start with this question. Do you audit your business credit card and bank account statement for what you pay for software subscription regularly and religiously? And also, do you even know why and what you pay for? There is a high chance you answer no to both questions. If that's the case, you are not alone. You are among the millions of businesses that waste money by paying for subscription that they don't use. We are talking about 40% of waste here. So about 40% of what you pay for your subscription is wasted on it. Each year, really, and we are talking about $80 billion of waste, and things are not even better in the government sector. So about 28% of taxpayers' money, which invested in software and subscription, is wasted every year.
Wow.
But for you to get a better understanding about how license, get a better understanding about the problem, you need to understand how licenses are managed these days. So in a macro-sized company, fewer than 10 employees, that problem doesn't exist, or simply because they care about every single dollar. In a small companies, less than 25 employees, the problem exists, but it's just too small for us to solve. But in large-sized companies, and we are basically talking about anything above 25 employee, that problem exists and worth solving it. And in these companies, licenses are managed by MSPs, HR, IT teams, and head of ITs. And if you don't know what MSP is, so basically managed service provider, they look after their customer infrastructure, account, user, and everything IT really. So coming back to the problem, managed service provider provision and deprovision user account for their customers, their client, but they have no visibility whatsoever on SaaS subscription they use and they have. And then teams within organization manage their own subscription independently. And well, if you leave it to employee, they always tend to buy the most expensive plan more than what they need at the premium plans. And also there is no auditable approval process for buying a subscription. So if I ask you about a specific record last year, who bought this software, who asked for this, who approved this, you probably failed to answer me. And then there's also a culture we see it everywhere in every company around, just use this credit card, put it in, buy what you need. And you will end up with software waste again. And in terms of solution and how Centrally wants to enable partner as a service for software as a service provider, first by centralizing license management. So a central control panel for enterprises or MSPs to manage their customer SaaS subscription. And we also want to bring a standard to license management around subscription management, provisioning, and deprovisioning. And you may ask how we are going to do this. So basically, any platform, any software as a subscription that wants to be part of Centrally ecosystem, they must implement a contract. And contract in this time is a technical contract. That means they need to provide multiple endpoints for license management. But our promise is any platform written in any language should be able to tap into Centrally Marketplace. And all we ask from SaaS provider is 18 hours of their development time, really. But again, you may say, well, why they have to invest 18 hours of development with us? So beside the fact that, enterprises can manage licenses in one place, and that's nice to have. They can tap into MSP Market, and MSP Market itself will be around 500 billion by 2027. And that means they can boost their revenue.
One more minute. You're doing great.
Sorry?
One more minute. You're doing great. You can wrap it up.
Cool. Yeah. So that means they can boost their revenue without advertising. They can reduce customer acquisition costs because MSP does the heavy lifting. It reduces support desk load, hassle-free service renewal and billing. They don't have to deal with multiple credit cards, and it's just a few credit cards from MSP, and MSPs can handle and offload deployment and setup of the software. And most importantly, MSPs have a positive influence in vendor selection process. So we are putting two market together, MSPs and software as a service market together, and I think 75 billion will be serviceable, obtainable market. It's a win-win for everyone. So SaaS provider, they can boost and improve their sales and growth. MSP, they can charge client for managing their software, plus they can benefit from discounted and exclusive deal, and customer at the end pay less and they don't pay for unused licenses. In terms of business model, we sell subscription to MSPs and exclusive deals. And by the way, those deals, they don't exist anywhere. And finally, our moonshot is just to manage 1 billion user under Centrally and donate $1 billion of software waste to close the technology gap in the developing countries every year. So yeah, we want to make a change in the world, and same thing is happening with food waste, happening with software waste, and we just want to close that gap. So that's me.
Love the moonshot, Arad.
Freaking, that's what we
Thank you so much. That was a great pitch. So Arad, I completely understand why a Fortune 500 company would want to be on this. They could be saving hundreds of thousands, if not possibly millions of dollars per year on their software subscriptions. Why would a software subscription company, though, sign up and want to be a part of the platform if they know that now this might make it tougher for people to keep their licenses? Because they are making money off of these unused licenses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, basically, they don't have access to MSP Market at the moment, managed service provider market. And So when we talk about MSP market, as I said, it's a $500 billion market. And so these days, software as a service provider, they have to advertise their product individually and onboard customer one by one. But, working with us, working with Centrally, they can basically offload all the customer onboarding and provisioning to MSPs. And again, like MSPs, they have great influence on their customers. So, small businesses, they usually, or even enterprises, they go to their MSPs for their advice on the CRM software, on, mail software, on everything else, and marketing software. And, it's just fairly easy for MSPs to say, go with this specific product and we can manage that for you on behalf of yourself. And we will make sure that, when someone leaves your company, everything will be disabled automatically. There will be no surprise. You don't have to pay extra money. So, so it's a win-win game for everyone. And another thing is,
how would the process work? So like 10X Incubator, we have all of these different SaaS solutions we're using across all of our companies and our team, and we add a new SaaS product, a new subscription. How does it work? How do we tell centrally that we just signed up for this new service so that you can monitor it, so that if we ever let an employee go and they have a license, we can use that license somewhere else? How does the actual process work between a corporation like ours and centrally?
Right. So I guess, so two things basically. So let me share something with you. So I guess I can explain that better. So, so can you see my screen now?
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rod's
so every company on the internet has a directory. It's a technical thing, but behind the scenes, that's where we keep the user in, manage user accounts. And basically, so you have two options. You either work with MSPs and MSP manage your entire IT system for you. In that case, you just log a support desk with MSP and say, hey, this employee will start at that date, and I want you to copy a persona within the company for this new employee. Say, for example, is the new salesperson is in the sales team, so grab someone from sales team, and MSP will provision and manage everything on behalf of you, because MSP have access to your directory. Or you manage things by yourself. There will be a self-service portal, and there is a approval workflow process in place as well. So I can, ask for me or anyone else basically ask for, software or subscription provisioning. It will go through the approval process, and centrally again, talk to all the SaaS applications, so it can manage it on behalf of you, and then it just sends you an email with your username and password. And then when someone leaves the company, all you need to do, or all MSPs do, basically, they disable employee account in the directory. And because centrally got access to directory, it can go and the provision licenses for every for every SaaS solution.
Very
Awesome.
cool.
Well, I'm definitely a yes headed to due diligence.
For sure. Listen, as you're watching this right now in the crowd, imagine having a platform like this, the amount of just waste that exists, right? The amount of money that is being spent. I remember at Synduit when I moved my COO into a position to just run the company, the first thing that he did was an audit of all of the licenses that we've signed up for and have deployed. And we're not even that big of a company. And I think he saved $220,000 that year, just from canceling things that we didn't even realize that we were still paying for. So there's a huge need for this, massive. But in the chat, let us know, what do you think? Arad, man, we are a hell's yes to move forward. Awesome job. Let's do due diligence on this. We appreciate you. Arad is one of our co-founders at 10X Incubator as well. So Arad, if you don't mind, how is your experience with 10X Incubator so far? What has that meant for you?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so before I joined 10X Incubator, I had an opportunity to go with a VC in New Zealand for another idea, and it was a great opportunity. But then I decided to put that on hold and join 10X Incubator. The main reason is because of the team. The team in 10X Incubator is just massive. It works really well, and what we deliver as part of 10X ecosystem is just massive. So my experience with 10x Incubator is just fantastic. Great product management in place. We have daily stand-up. Again, we talk about all the all aspects of pitching, entrepreneurship, marketing strategies, looking at exit strategy, and that's something that possibly some entrepreneurs that they don't even think about. And I really recommend 10x Incubator to anyone. There's just so much things for you to learn through this process, and I guess 10x Incubator does a very well done job in terms of offloading some of the major things in administration from your process, and will help you to focus on your idea and just amplify your message.
Awesome, man. We appreciate you.
Rod.
Love it. Always, we're doing big things together already, and Centrally is freaking real deal. Yeah. So we get asked all the time, how do I invest in people like Arad? Like, how do I invest? Like, I want to make sure that guy's idea sees the light of day, and then I want to go on the journey. I want to go on the journey to build, scale, and sell. Listen, if you want access to deal flow and you are accredited, you must check out 10x Tech Angels. Take a look at this commercial right now.
What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find, because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
So what do you think? You want to be one of our angels? This is the place to be. Because one of the most significant challenges that accredited people face when they want to start investing in early stage tech is deal flow.
Absolutely.
They can't find deals anywhere. They might see one or two a year if they're lucky. Dr. Ben Lerner is our co-founder at 10x Tech Angels, and he's involved in all different angel investor communities. And most of those communities show him 1 to 4 deals a year. A year. At this moment, there's dozens of deals inside of 10x Tech Angels waiting for accredited people to make small investments so that these dreams can become a reality, and then you can go on the journey to build, scale, and sell that tech company. Please head over to 10xangels.com.
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.